Good morning to you. This is Alicia Eunice, the Candid Coach, coming again to you with some nuggets to help us to live a better life now. Don't you want to do that? I know I was tired. I was just tired of my old self. I didn't know what to do with me. I was going to junk me if I didn't find a better way to live my life and to enjoy all of my experiences and accept them to be okay. And that's what we want to do. We want to accept our life experiences and appreciate them and say, you know what, it's okay. And that's where I got to be in my life. I had a friend ask me to go over the appraisal part of my ebook. I have an ebook coming out, 3 easy ways how to renovate your life, how to start, what to do, how do I start. And that might be simple for some people. Just start over. But that ain't simple. Not for me. It wasn't simple. I needed to understand. And don't speak over my head. I mean, I need to be right here, like mano y mano. If you want to teach me something or ask me something, make sure that I can understand what you're saying so I can comprehend, so I can combat the demons that have me in this predicament in the first place, right? And so I'm going to talk about self-appraisal because that is something that everyone has to do. You have to make an appraisal. In the real estate world, anytime I'd go out and appraise a home, I would always wait for the appraiser and wait to look at how he appraised the house and if he missed any details, if there was travertine floor or was a granite countertop or the house had a pool. Those are amenities that need a value. And that's something that I didn't do when I started making an appraisal about Alicia. I forgot some important details about me. I'm fun. I'm authentic. I'm loyal. And I'm honest in some ways. Some ways I'm not honest. I'm learning to be honest in other ways where I'm still struggling with my self-esteem and my opinion about me. But when I made my first appraisal in my life, when I looked at my life, I knew when I came out of the appraisal process of renovating my life that whatever value I came out with, that value was what the buyers were going to consider. And so I had to consider what my value was worth. And so do you. You have to just get somewhere sometime, get a journal. I know we don't write much in this generation. Maybe we could text it to yourself or do email or, ways that sit right with you on how to make that assessment. Me, I just took a pen and pad and sat somewhere and thought about all the things that I wanted to kind of raise the vibration, raise those character issues that I might have with myself. And when you do a self-evaluation, make sure you don't have anybody else's opinion. You don't need anybody else's opinion in your evaluation. You don't need to know what someone else feels about you or whether somebody likes you. It doesn't matter. It's how you feel about you. Because however you feel about you, that relationship with you is going to migrate or transfer over to the other person. I tell you, how great you feel about you, you draw other people that feel great about themselves. And when you don't feel that great about you, you draw people around you that don't feel really great about themselves and about you either. And so I learned that the part of appraising my value was very, very important, and it's not negotiable. I've been in a lot of real estate transactions where the seller was like, oh, no, it's not negotiable. And a buyer could really want that house. A man could really, really want you. And a woman could really, really desire you. But you have to understand that my value, this is where I praise my value. You don't let someone come into your life or to your home or your world or your atmosphere and dictate in your life what your value is. You must make that appraisal first yourself. Yeah, sometimes I talk a little quick. But you must make that evaluation yourself. And it must be a real evaluation, because if it's not real and authentic, anybody can come into your house. And when I say house, I'm not talking about your home, your temple. We are the temple of the living God. And so anybody can come into your world and say, well, your worth is this. And you'll be like, no, my value is set here. And just remember, just like an assessor comes out to a property every year and assess the new value, you have to assess your value every year, every quarter. However you do, you have to assess your value. If your value is declining, you need to know my value is declining. Or if your value has more equity in it, does your life have more equity? Are the people in your life changing your life? Do you have people in your life draining the value out of your home or your house or your temple? Or do you have people that are adding value to you? And these things are so important, because when you don't understand your value, when you don't understand what you appraise for to you, then there's going to be a huge problem, because you're going to get a lot of energy or a lot of people that come in your life that don't know your worth. I remember watching Ray Charles, and I believe it was B told Ray Charles, hey, if you don't know your worth, if you don't know, how do I know? Well, that's the way it is in life. It's so important that you have a value. You know who you are. You know your value, your worth, your talent, your abilities, to put them into action and make sure that when the assessor comes to assess, and the assessor is simply you observe you. No one can observe you more. You confront you. No one can do it better. It's so important that you do it. I'm just trying to tell you how to be prosperous, not just prosperous in money, because we seem to talk about that a lot, but prosperity reaches way beyond wealth. Prosperity has to do with your lifestyle, your health, your well-being, prosperous in friends and alliances with other people that make you go bang, right? So you don't want to be attached to anything that serves you in a lesser value than you are. Every year I like to see equity in my home. Every year. You know, when I get the assessor's analysis on what my home is worth, I want to know that it's more than what I paid for it. And you do too. Every year, every struggle, every heartache, everything you go through, you want to assess your value as better and more. You want the equity in your life to be higher. You don't want to lose value. I'm Alicia Eunice, and I'm the Candid Coach, and I want to partner with you, empower you to live your life to the fullness. I know that all of us have a capability, a wire inside of us to help us to be the best now, the best we can be right now. That's the thing. Now, right now. All your power is in your now. You don't have any power for tomorrow. You don't have any power in yesterday, but as you harness your energy, your power is in the now. I hope you're excited about improving your life. I am. And I'll meet with you again in another section. Stay with me. If this video has empowered you in any way, share the video. I promise you, you'll touch someone else's life, and you'll move them in the right direction. And don't you want to be responsible for empowering someone else? Well, share the video, and that's just what that'll do. I'm Alicia Eunice. I am so glad that you're here again. Stay with me till the next video, and I look forward to talking to you again.